It seems almost unbelievable, but No Man's Sky in 2025 is almost nothing like the initial No Man's Sky we've had in the launch in 2016. That's a good thing. The latest update, Voyagers, has pushed the game even further, and honestly, it might be close to its peak. Let me walk you through how this game, once the target of a high profile disappointment, has become one of the greatest comebacks stories in gaming, and why Voyagers isn't just another patch, it's a statement. So basically, when No Man's Sky launched back in August 2016, if you were expecting infinite possibilities, vast universes, rich interactions, and all that good stuff, you were. But what you got initially was plagued by missing promised features, technical problems, frame rate issues, crashes, weird bugs, just underwhelming visuals in places people had hyped up. Complaints piled up, players said things like the game doesn't deliver what was shown in trailers, obviously. There's little variety in planets, flora, fauna is bland, stuff is repetitive, and Hello Games got slammed pretty hard. But here's the kicker. Instead of abandoning the vision, the once small studio Hello Games doubled down. They promised free updates, not paid DLCs up until now, to add features and content that might had been missing or half baked at launch. Over the years, they kept delivering base building, terrain variety, weather, ocean planets, more complex biomes, VR support, multiplayer, cross-platform features. Each major update nudged the game towards something more ambitious. And critics and players noticed, the reviews shifted. On Steam, where at first user rating were mostly negative, or overwhelmingly negative, gradually they drifted down towards mixed and even positive and very positive. The player base grew, the community stuck around, and the hype settled into something earned instead of just promised. And then came Worlds Part 1 and Part 2, which among other things expanded procedural generation, added new biomes, improved visuals, water, atmospheric changes, etc. etc. These updates polished the universe, making it feel more alive, more varied, and more surprising even. The technical side kept improving too, not just content, but performance, stability, user interfaces, multiplayer reliability, all of it built up trust. And if Hello Games said an update was coming, people started believing in them again. So, now we arrive at Voyagers, released August 27th, 2025. This is one, if not the most ambitious update yet. The central new feature, Corvette class ships. These aren't just bigger ships, they are modular, fully customizable, walkable inside, serving as a moving base. Can be crewed with friends, decorated, equipped with internal systems like medbase, sleeping quarters, mission radar rooms, teleports, everything you can think of basically. Imagine building your own colossal starship, shaping its internal corridors, adding furniture, decorating the hull, then inviting friends over to walk inside while the ship flies through space or warps into a planet's atmosphere. Imagine hopping out of the pilot seat mid-flight, doing a spacewalk between ships, or skydiving down a planet. That kind of immersion was more fantasy than reality in previous versions, but Voyagers makes it not just possible, but kind of seamless. Technically, this update was very huge. Hello Games admits that many core parts of the game had been reworked or stretched to accommodate these new spaces. The distance scales, the rendering, multiplayer synchronization, when people are moving inside moving vessels, procedural generation of a planet while you approach it. These are not trivial things that push the engine. For a nearly decade-old game, that's no small feat. And players responded. Even me, I love the game, how it's now. Of course, there are some bugs here and there, some glitches, but it's more funny than actually annoying at this point. And the game has improved like a ton. It's not even recognizable to the game it was at launch. And so the creativity unleashed is pretty astounding. People immediately started building wild Corvette designs, like SpongeBob. I've seen SpongeBob as a Corvette class ship. for like cool Star Wars ships, Star Destroyers, everything you can think of, basically. And even weirder stuff, to be honest. Because when people are given modular walkable ships and decoration tools, chaos and art both emerge. That's kind of the point. This update isn't just about adding yet more features, it's about giving players tools to express themselves. And also Voyagers appears to be renewing interest in the game, player counts, community activity, creativity. As noted in several gaming outlets, this update has led to the highest player engagement yet, apart from the launch itself, but the new content creation, shared designs, it's very flourishing at this point. And so why is Voyagers especially significant beyond just another cool update? It's because it represents a kind of maturity. The game has finally managed to deliver on the promise of the launch in the sense of scale, variety, multiplayer immersion, exploration and freedom. And that gap between what players expected and what players received at launch has narrowed dramatically or even filled it. Like, there were so many videos on TikTok where people are saying that they forgive them or forgive Hello Games like 1,000 times already, and I agree. And of course, it's not perfect, as I have mentioned previously. There are still some bugs and reports and glitches and etc. But still, when we zoom out, this whole arc is fascinating. A game that launched under incredible expectation, failed to deliver in many respects, got roasted in public, but survived and kept working in the shadows and kept delivering. And it has evolved into something many consider greater than what was promised, me included. A universe that grows, that changes, that continually surprises. Voyagers doesn't mark the end of No Man's Sky's development, obviously. Probably won't be its last major leap, but it might be the moment where the game's identity fully shifts from the game that broke promises to one of the most exciting, creative and live sandbox space games ever. And so if you've never played No Man's Sky or dropped out early because it didn't match trailers, now with Voyagers, this is the best re-entry point you will ever have, like, at this point. The game is free from many of its early sins and the ambition is real again. If you're still here and the Chelsea level skeptical, trying it again now feels less like forgiving betrayal and more like witnessing something genuinely cool. And at the end of the day, what No Man's Sky and Voyagers show us is what happens when the development team commits long term, doesn't give up, listens and works. And yes, sometimes it does screw up, but works to correct. And it's rare in nowadays. It's inspiring. It raises the question how many other games with rough launches could turn into something amazing if given enough time, care and dedicated community to hold their feet to the fire. And I think Voyagers might be No Man's Sky's best one yet, and the fact that we're still discovering and exploring surprises in a game that's over 9 years old is kind of magical. So, there you have it. Drop your thoughts. What's your wildest Corvette build one? I'd like to know. Have you ever revisited the game lately? And if not, you should. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you.